Well, we're doing the Jurassic Park crossover.
We are doing the Jurassic Park crossover, guys, from 1990, 2021. Alright, and so you guys just got to see it upside down there as I throw the box around. So you can see right there, right there, right there, right there. It's not Jurassic World, because Jurassic World, and yes, I am going to mispronounce that. Jurassic World, Dominion was the last one, it was garbage. And so apparently there's no crossover for that. We had Pteranodon Rex, who's a she, apparently, and Autobot JP93, which implies a Jeep from 1993, but it's not. It is actually a different model completely, because Jeep is not made by Ford. And also we have this wall of text here in a number of different languages. So there we see Pteranodon, do not approach her. Please call Jurassic Park surgery, security. If you see her running around, this was part of the inside. We're going to compare this once they're transformed, but this is a overturned JP93 apparently, and so it was part of a larger background, guys, which was really cool. This is a cool background. I actually like this. I think this visually looks really, really neat. I mean, it's just junky because you can't do anything with it. Whee!
Alright, I know.
But it is cool. Alrighty, so let's take a look here at JP93. Clearly you can see the front of this is a Ford. We've got and they're both in robot mood. We've got a sort of ratchet joint here. We've got ball joint here. Do we have a the hand doesn't do anything other than hold this sort of weapon. So this guy, I don't know if any of you guys know who that is, but there's a guy named Max Headroom that was kind of a thing for briefly in the 80s. That's what this looks like to me with the sunglasses and stuff. It's almost like he's got a hard hat crossed with a fedora. I don't understand what's going on with this head sculpt. It is odd to me. Also, we have lights that are black. So if you have black lights on a black light bar, honestly, black lights are probably not going to work very well to help you see anything, at least while you're driving. He's a little bit kibbly here. Not horrible, I guess. Just a little bit.
Well, as for the other one, really beefy legs. And we can see we've got this is what the knees do. It pivots this actual section here of the back of the vehicle, and we've got those here on the hips. And what were you saying about that one? As for Pteranodon, who definitely reminds me of the Viacon from Prime, he has a lot of back kibble.
Yeah, it is pretty. It almost looks like it should be a flying creature of some kind.
It is a remold of, I believe, Legacy Megatron.
Are these supposed to be clipped together?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So the two halves here, they don't seem like they want to hold together super well. This is okay. You know, I don't love any of the gimmicky crossover Transformer stuff. I'm just going to be honest. It's not. No. Why is this supposed to clip in too? It probably is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess it is. It is supposed to clip in, but you can see it isn't right at the moment. And I have not transformed either of these, so I don't know how to do any of this. So we're gonna just pretend that it's normal here. So stay put. We've got a arm. So this is kind of a Beast Wars thing. We have an arm. I think this looks really intimidating with the mouth closed. But if you do open the mouth, there's a gun inside. So that's handy. And definitely unusual for dinosaurs. I don't think Jurassic Park security is going to be very helpful if you have this thing roaming around, to be honest with you. We do have shoulder pads here. They don't move.
I did kind of realize.
Oh, actually, they do move.
I did kind of realize that is a remold / repaint, whatever, of Legacy Megatron from Beast Wars.
Okay. I haven't seen that one, so I will just take your word for it. But yeah, we do have sort of a Viacon from Transformers Prime sort of head sculpt here. Lots of stuff going on with the arm. This is it's very busy, very busy. But you can see there is a ratchet joint there. We've got a swivel up here. We've got another sort of partial swivel here. No hands. Oh wait, there are hands. Sorry, there are. They're buried in there. We have this tail. I don't know if this tail is supposed to stab is like a stabbing weapon maybe or something. I don't know.
That looks like a claw.
The hand is definitely, well, no, this right here. The tail part. Like the tail part right here.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like a claw. It looks like a stabbing thing. Or something, I don't know. You could actually claw something with this, so you could theoretically hold something with these teeth, like a...
I tried that with JP93 the day I got it. It doesn't really work.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it doesn't. There's no tension here. If it was spring-loaded or something, maybe, but... yeah, this is really nice. I'm very pleased that this figure does not want to stay together. That is super.
That's a problem.
That is no problem at all. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Legs are, I mean, you can see you got the T-Rex legs down here. Legs look not bad.
His thigh pieces become guns.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, there's little cannon blaster things here on the side of the hips. Well, actually, it's kind of the hips. I guess it's not quite the hips. It is upper thigh stuff. Legs. We've got this going on. We've got a rotation here, and this can also do the splits. We've got some articulation in the foots here. Not bad. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a good amount of articulation on this. So I'm not a dinosaur guy. So a lot of this dinosaur stuff doesn't appeal to me particularly. Overall, though, I think when this thing is actually clipped together and posed, it is a really cool looking figure. Though I like this one way better in robot mood than I do in dino mood. That one I don't particularly like in either mood because I don't like Fords.
Oh, hey, look, he's T-posing.
But it's supposed to be a Ford Explorer. We'll get into that briefly once he has transformed all these. Yeah, he's T-posing, whatever that means. And I will whine about the Ford Explorer once we get to that. So, okay, but there was the look in robot mood. And which one would you like to?
We're doing the more simple one first, which is JP93.
JP93 is going to be transformed.
So take this Bass 12 shotgun thing.
Oh, I didn't look at the weapon. Let's look at the weapon. Leah really liked this weapon. This is a kind of like a, yeah, it is. It's a very shotgun-ish. Let me just throw it on the floor. Can you guys see it down there? Way better that way. It is kind of a shotgun-looking thing. Not a bad weapon.
All right, now for the transformation. Back panel goes out. I like how the entire windshield and sides of the car is just the back.
It's almost like it's partially shell former. It's not fully shell former. A little bit though. A little bit shell formery.
Right, and this one it can be a bit hard. So so I'd recommend take the chest and move it before attempting to. This panel gives me a lot of trouble sometimes.
Take the chest bowling.
See, you kind of have to dig this panel out. I recommend using a tool and a robot mode to try digging this one out.
You got it. You're not supposed to have to need tools to transform Transformers though, especially these tie-in ones, because like I feel like the tie-ins are just oriented straight at kids and that's it.
Within the fists. Then you're going to want to take the arms.
This one is slightly more complex though than either Megawatt or the Ghostbusters one, the Ecto one.
We still have the Ecto one up here.
Or is it Gigawatt? Whatever watt it is. Both, like they were like 5-step transformations, right?
And then we failed at Gigawatt.
Yeah, we didn't get to Gigawatt before he vanished somewhere.
So,
if we find him, we'll review him though. Definitely stay tuned for that, guys.
Fold rack in this hood thing.
Alright.
Just put that there for now.
Alright.
Get the feet out, which is subsequently another layer of the top. Legs in like that. You're gonna have to.
Oh, a little hide leg action. Nice.
Well, for the most part, you can see the legs down there, but if you're looking at it from.
I said a little hide leg action. You can only see half of them.
And then.
Partial hide leg.
So then you're going to want to go to the arms section, bend them, and then there's these hole things where you're going to want to put the arms like that.
Alright.
It'll hide the arms action.
Nice.
Alright, so then you're going to want to tab in this roof piece. Specifically into there. This will tab into the back. Then what you need to do is close the doors, but we're not done yet. This thing almost becomes, I want to say, a drive shaft of some sort.
Oh, interesting.
If you put it like...
So that's cool that it has weapon storage.
It doesn't really roll like this, but...
We'll check it out. We'll check it out in a bit.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, the wheels are turning. It looks good to hear from over here.
And you can see shotgun turns into sort of a drive shaft or whatnot.
Yeah, maybe more like an exhaust, but yeah. Alright, so, alright, let's put it aside for right now. Let's take a look at...
the more complex transformation.
That thing. We're calling it that thing, but a very, very technical name.
And then, so, we already have step 1 finished.
Oh, okay.
So, turn this arm around. And get this head into his chest. Then turn the chest. And then you're going to want to put down this part and these parts to create the tail. And then move the legs out like that. You're going to want to take these panels and put them down.
This doesn't look super complex though. It just looks panel-y.
It definitely is a panel-y. Panel-y boy. So you're going to want to... There, you see this little gray tab?
Okay.
And then you see that little...
Uh-huh.
That's supposed to go in. It can be a bit of a pain to tab in sometimes, but I recommend moving the legs out of the way first and like just focus on this until it tabs in. Otherwise you get very loose legs in dyno mode.
Yeah, I noticed that some of the panels don't seem like they want to tab in super well. What's up with that is what I want to know. What's up with that?
Alright, so we got this tabbed in.
Nice.
So now, imagine, that'd be a bit painful. You broke your spine just trying to transform. Alright. As for the other parts of the transformation, dino legs. Like that. You're going to want to get the tail up a bit. If you don't do this step a bit earlier, the tail will not line up in dyno mode. Which, if you want detail, that would not be too good. But if you're like me who doesn't really care, it's fine. Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to straighten out the legs like this.
Okay.
So you basically have the dyno done, like the main hard parts done.
Alright.
So first things first, little dino arms go out.
Oh, the puny T-Rex arms, classic.
You're going to want to get out these panels, and then you're going to want to bring them down. For now, you're just going to want to keep it like this.
Okay.
So we have another hard part to focus on.
We do.
Untangling this from that. There. But it can be a bit of a pain sometimes. Sometimes it gives me the business. So on the other side, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to line the panels up so that they tab in, which hides the chest entirely, the main robot chest.
Okay.
Push in the head to some degree. And then get the thighs in like that. And just look out for any adjustments you need to make.
Done. Pretty much. Looks good.
And hey, in dyno mode, you can get it to stand.
So the scaling is really interesting, guys. Let's take a look at that over there for 1 second. So look at that Explorer, which are not small vehicles. So like the Explorer stands more or less a little bit over 6 feet off the ground, give or take. And you can see that T-Rex is towering over it. So the T-Rex is probably, those legs are probably good, 12 feet or so, 15 feet maybe.
Alright.
That's pretty wild, the scaling.
Let's take a look at the T-Rex first.
Now let's take a look at we'll just send them both over. I'll just have a look at both of them. All right, so let's start. I wanted to start with this one though because I want to compare it. So this is a really dumb comparison. I don't know why I'm doing it, but you can see this one has a spare tire, and yeah, I mean you could make the case for a drive shaft. It definitely clearly has one here. There is the bottom of the engine and transmission up here, and there's his face. So all right, let's put that over there. Outside of that, this is again, the clearance here is really tight, but it looks fine there as far as that goes. Okay, so the problem I have with this, outside of not liking boards, is the Explorers end like shortly after this back wheel. This goes farther, so it reminds me a little bit more of like an Expedition, or unless they had extended Explorers, and maybe they did. It almost looks station wagon-y to me. And Explorers were, I think, kind of one of the first really mainstream SUVs, and I don't know, the Jurassic, I think of Jeeps. Oh, look at this, it's got a spotlight there, that's cool. Color wise, this looks good. Of course we have the red taillights, we'd love that, love to see it,
We love our taillights.
Yeah, it doesn't have mirroring flash on the mirrors, but that's alright. This sort of acrylic bubble top is interesting. It's an interesting choice. It's almost like it's a moonroof. It doesn't function like one, but of course we have silver headlights, so they got a little lazy there. But yellow running lights, that's nice. I mean, this is not this one I like better in vehicle mode, even though I'm not a Ford fan. Not bad.
We are a Dodge fan. Cool.
Yeah, we like.
I mean, our first T-Rex Transformer was Grimlock.
Yeah.
I believe AOE Grimlock, if I'm correct.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. So as far as like anthropomorphically, it looks fine. I think the arms probably should be slightly bigger than they are, but it's not. It's like it looks fine. There's nothing wrong with this. It is probably about as movie accurate as you're gonna get, and you can pivot the body here with these legs. So you can have him looking up in the air.
And you can
have him eating like a chicken on the ground. There's a lot of stuff you can do with him. The panel, I don't love the panel-y nature of this. I mean, it's staying together really well though, so you did a good job transforming it. It is somewhat panel-y, but I don't think there's anything wrong with this. This is fine. For me anyway. I don't have any issues at all with this thing. I think it looks like the paint on this. Look at the paint job. The paint is actually really good on this. You can see they added the stripes, they added the gradient here where it goes from like this light beige on the underbelly to a darker beige and then to a darker brown there. Just a really nice gradient. The paint job is immaculate on this thing.
As for the original mold, he was a blue dinosaur.
Grimlock? Or Megachuchi?
Megachuchi.
Oh, okay. Interesting. You can kind of do this fishtail thing, which is a little weird. You can do, there's a little bit of side air. I don't know if there's, like, I guess so he can kind of wag his tail, I guess. No up down, but you wouldn't expect that. As far as the legs, if you're really careful with here, we've got rotation here. We've got a little bit of, can he step up or no? Yeah, he can. He can step on stuff. We've got some ankle puts the same as before actually. The leg doesn't really change all that much from robot mode. We got rotation here with these tiny hands, and you can have the jaw open up to unreasonable lengths.
Unhinge his jaw.
Yeah, this is not realistic, but I think he looks
like
he looks a lot meaner like this, like he's sniffing something and he's getting ready to be upset. There is a little bit of neck rotation right here at the head.
Definitely reminds me of a neck of Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, kind of. Some little bit of head rotation here, a little bit of. You have to be careful with the neck though, because you start exposing parts if you go too far. But
otherwise, it's a okay dinosaur.
It looks really good. Like it looks better than I honestly thought it was going to. It's not bad. I like this panel-y nature of stuff though. The panels they slide a lot, which is kind of irritating. But this might be a better one to just pose somewhere and then kind of forget about, I think, actually. But it is like in dyno mode, it's good. So this one's actually pretty good in both modes. I like it better in robot mode. That one I don't love at all in robot mode. I think it's actually, I guess we don't see a lot of force, so it's fine in vehicle mode. All right.
I'm just gonna have the T-Rex do that.
You gonna bang him back into robot mode?
Yeah.
All right.
Start with the doors.
Always a good starting point.
Move the gun.
Okay.
And real quickly.
You're gonna feed it. Okay, feed the gun to the T-Rex. This is part of the transformation.
This is just a temporary holding spot until we can get this guy.
That's good. Then you don't lose weapons. That's smart.
Alright.
That's using your noodle.
Okay.
All right. Open the shell. Yep.
Open the shell. You're gonna want to push out the arms from there, and dig out the hands. Okay, come on. From there, you're going to want to flip out this little panel. You're going to want to flip the fenders like that. Close the arms down, around. So, if you're following along at home, this is what it should look like. Then take the back, fold it out like such. Take this extra layer of the roof that's there to create heat.
Okay.
After you've done that, get it to this pose.
Done and done. Time for fun.
And now we need a few more steps here.
Okay.
And then this step, you need to panel back down like that. Now, once it is in robot mode, it can be a bit hard to dig out again.
Okay. Yeah, it's on a little floppy hinge sort of thing.
Alright, and then take the gun from the dino's mouth, which is now covered in dino slobber.
Perfect.
And make him hold it.
Okay. So now it's done and done. Time for fun. Okay. So there's one down, and you're gonna do a little dino action.
Alright, yeah. So the starting point for me on this one is get the thighs out like this.
Get those thighs out.
Yep. And just flip this entire back section up.
Yeah, it looks a little wingy to me. Almost like
I believe I can fly.
Nice. Or almost like he's got a cape. You know what I mean?
Alright.
I think it looks cool.
So then get the panels up to create these shoulder thigh gun things.
Oh yeah.
I never understood why the mold had them, but
it's neat. I think it's just a neat detail.
So now for the tail. You're going to want to get this panel out and put these two side panels up.
Okay.
Now, very carefully, not really that carefully, slit his... Okay, kinda carefully. Else you risk the chance of that happening.
Oh. I did something...
Nah, it's fine. I fixed it.
Okay.
Alright, it's easy to fix because sometimes the outer paneling of the dinosaur just kind of comes off like that. But once you do manage to get the belly out like that, you're going to want to flip in these two side panel things, like such. You're going to want to cover them with the belly pieces. I like to fold up the arms like they're under a rest.
Okay.
Alright, so from here, what you're going to want to do with the chest is unhinge it from its waist counterpart. I was just trying to think of the word. Get the legs out and move them downward. I believe the parts that gave me the most trouble when first unboxing were these parts. The dinosaur paneling came off a lot. It's easy to fix, luckily, but just be aware of that.
Yeah, it seems like there's some little things that could kind of get tweaky here.
And then move the chest thing so you can clip in. I guess flip up the head first. Still, Viacon vibes. And also, it said Decepticon. I thought it would have almost said Predacon.
Yeah, I don't think they get into that a whole lot with the crossovers.
So get down with this arm and turn it around.
What'd you say?
I said rar.
Bar?
Rar.
Oh, rar. Alan.
Just leave that unpegged for now.
Okay.
It's easier to leave some things unpegged until you're doing finishing details with this guy.
Right.
Now, you're going to want to tab that in, and then just I like to move these up a bit.
Okay.
It goes like that. That reminds me a bit of Bumblebee for some reason.
Yeah, kind of with his doors.
These birds give me the most trouble most often.
Yeah, they don't seem like they like being It's kind of weird the way that it's oriented.
Alright, so after doing that, you're going to want to aggressively hold the thighs in. You just sort of fiddle with it. Get it in. Come on. Work with me here. Oh my god.
Yeah, that one in the midsection seems like it's kind of non-cooperative. Oh, you got it there though.
Okay. Let's just hope this holds for the rest of the review.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I'm not planning on taking him over here. So, okay, there we go. Back into robot mood.
And let me just say,
yep.
This whole like drive shaft shotgun thing reminds me a lot of the alternators line.
The alternators was had pretty different detailing, but I mean, the concept I guess is kind of similar. We've seen a few other Transformers also kind of pull that sort of thing with some of the Dark of the Moon toys with how they were molded with their exhaust and stuff. So yeah,
and Studio 86 Ironhide with this whole little.
Yeah, it's a cool touch when it comes across. But all right, so I'm assuming that you like the what's the Tyrannicon? Is that yeah, Tyrannicon Rex? That is such a mouthful.
Tyrannicon Rex, that dude. I don't like his transformation a lot.
Yeah.
And the robot mode can be a bit hard to stay together.
So, is your favorite of the two then the JP93?
No, but the robot mode looks good. The Dino mode looks good.
Yeah.
This one also looks good. So tie.
Oh, it's tied. Wow. I think for me it's probably the dinosaur actually, because anytime you get if the JP93 was like far and away better with a vehicle mood, I might give it more of a pass, but as it is, you know, with the T-Rex looking pretty good in Dino mode and looking pretty solid in robot mood, for me I think probably the Tyrannicon is probably the one I like better. Oh look, gravity. But yeah, guys,
just came on.
I guess if we have comments available, let us know your thoughts on this.
There we go.
This is not a super well publicized crossover. I was not aware it even existed until Leo came up with it. Yeah, look, gravity again. But guys, there it is.
Well, at least you can get some cool poses.
Oh yeah, for sure. But there it is, guys. The crossover with Jurassic Park and Transformers from 2021. We have Tyrannicon Rex, the Decepticon, who's. It doesn't list classes. I don't see classes. Obviously, we'd have Voyager and Deluxe if there were, but I don't see any. Like, this box is so bare bones. Like, I don't see any reference to classes at all. So we'll just call it Deluxe and Voyager. Oh, I don't know if it is officially. I will look that up, guys. It'll be in the title of the video, whatever I find out. But and then of course we also have the Autobot JP93. Guys, if you did enjoy our look at these, please give us the old thumbs up, hit the red subscribe button if you've not done so already. Like I said, if there's comments available and also the blue notification bell, and you care to use those, please feel free to do that. But you can also go to their community tab right here on youtube.com, and you can see really fun stuff like display shots or me whining about movies or just all kinds of fun stuff that would normally be on Twitter but has been brought over to YouTube.
Best part is, you don't need to leave the site.
And there you go, right here on the youtubes.com. So there it is, guys. One more look at the falling over figures of JP93 and Tyrannicon Rex from the Jurassic Park Transformers crossover 2021. And we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.